Godzilla Street, Shinjuku. The Kawaguchiko district is well known as an entertainment and red light district. This is our hotel here, the Hotel Greenery in Shinjuku. You can see the giant Godzilla statue up there. Hungry, we found an Izakaya on the next block. So we're eating in a restaurant in Shinjuku. This place seems quite student-y. It's so boisterous in here. Tiny bars with 6 or 7 seats. The narrow alleyway somehow felt welcoming. Maybe it was the intimate scale inside this huge city. Akihabara, claw machines, manga and arcade games. By the time we arrived at 11 PM, it was nearly empty. It felt like the 1990s distilled into a couple of blocks. The more I saw of the city, the more it somehow began to feel like a future imagined in 1995. Next we travelled to the Asakusa area, where a 1,000-year-old temple sits amongst everyday apartment blocks. So this gate behind me is the Kamiraminon Gate, or Thunder Gate, which is the start of a processional route towards the Senso-ji temple. The statue is really cool. Senso-ji is an ancient Buddhist temple. It's also the oldest temple in Tokyo. This 5-story pagoda behind me is one of the most famous elements. The original pagoda is built in AD 942. Fortunately, it was lost in a fire when there was another pagoda built in 1973. Honestly, the pagoda blended in so well, I wouldn't have realised how recently it was built without looking it up. Our next stop, Shibuya. Crossing, Shibuya crossing. Everybody's filming themselves crossing. So we now get up to the 3rd floor to the restaurant. This is a really cool place. Don Quixote is full of every single thing you could want to find in the world. It's another lovely sunny day in Shinjuku. We're going to head to Shibuya Sky, which is a viewing platform about 200 meters up with amazing views of Tokyo. Right, here we are at Shibuya Sky. Should be awesome. You can even see Fuji from here, 100 kilometers away. The metropolitan area of Tokyo is absolutely huge. You might have seen the graph online. So if you superimpose the metropolitan area of Tokyo over a map of the UK, for example, it'll spread from like London to the north of England. It's got to be the biggest urban sprawl I've ever seen. After seeing Mount Fuji across the sprawl, we had to visit. The next day we took a train from Shinjuku, changing in a place called Otsuki. Okay, now we're riding Otsuki. We need to change to get a train to Kawaguchiko. When we boarded the second train towards Fuji, the Studio Ghibli vibes were undeniable. So I'm now at Kawaguchiko station. Just next to Mount Fuji. So we're going to go to Lake Kawaguchi, hopefully get some nice views of Mount Fuji before the clouds roll in, which they look like they already have done. So we just spotted this boat now, costs 1,000 yen. It's going to take us around the lake, should see some nice views. So it might look sunny, but it is the middle of winter. And it's windy as hell. That was really awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. I would highly recommend it.
Checking out the panoramic ropeway now. Fuji is an active volcano, although the last time it erupted was in 1708, so hopefully not today.
Do it! Good luck.
Everywhere you walk in this town is so scenic. Mainly because of Fuji, but the whole surroundings are amazing. So I'm going to the Gunkan Higashi Shinjuku building, otherwise known as the Battleship building. It's very interesting architecturally. The building, built in the 1970s, was designed by Yoji Watanabe, a former soldier who became an architect after World War II. It was apparently inspired by a sea battle in World War II. An amazingly close call with an American submarine, and Watanabe and his crew survived. And some people think it was part of his processing PTSD. It's also believed to be the inspiration for the Shinra building in Final Fantasy VII. In my short time in Tokyo, I'd seen a lot of the famous stuff. Godzilla, the temples, the neon alleyways, even Mount Fuji. I'd seen Tokyo's modern edge and its quirky side, the retro future aesthetic everywhere. But what struck me was the unexpected warmth. 40 million people, but somehow it felt less overwhelming than I expected. Perhaps it was the small intimate spaces amongst the vast sprawl, but it felt welcoming.